And I think it's sad that you thought that you weren't ever going to meet a virgin. And that's what you got. That's exactly what you get. You got me. Whore. All right. Back to the podcast.
Hello, my name is Mrs. Melanin.
And I'm Beleaf Mel.
And we're here with episode 74 of How Married Are You?
My name Beleaf. This is Yvette, and we've been married 9 years. We live in California, and we have
4 kids.
Relationships are scary, and it's very necessary that we share all of our struggles, and we ask how married are you? Every Tuesday and Thursday, shawty. If you're listening, you're in the wedding party. It's okay if you're feeling it, put your hands up. You got the questions, we got the answer. This chocolate baby
story time.
Yeah, chocolate baby story time.
It's chocolate baby story time.
All right. Here we go. And
it's chocolate baby story time.
You got it?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
So the other day, I was sitting on the couch with Anaya, and Anaya was playing in my hair, and so when I do her hair, sometimes I spray the spray bottle and then put some stuff in it or whatever. And so she was just screaming upstairs, Raya Bow, bring me the thing. And I'm like, and my children, I don't know why, but they talk country. Like, they don't say thing, they say thing, the thing. Like her and Theo specifically be talking so much country, like they're from the South or something. But anyway, sorry if that offends you.
I know why that is.
Why do you know that?
Your mama.
Anywho, she was saying the thing. I was like, Naya, what is the thing? And she's like, the water. She was saying no water, and she just kept screaming in my ear, Raya Bow. But the way that girl yells at her brothers and talks to her brothers, I feel like I owe my parents and John an apology for how I tried to parent him. I literally felt like I was mom number 2, and you couldn't tell me nothing.
Yeah, he even mentioned that. John would be like, yeah, my sister helped raise me.
I don't know about that, but I tried. They wouldn't listen to me. They didn't listen to me until it was too late.
I got a quick one. The other day your mom was over and she was talking about something, and something was happening with the kids, and I was just like, man, children are hard. And then Ryan, he heard what I said and he whispered to you, he goes, what does he mean?
Oh.
He looks so offended. He's like, what do you mean children are hard? What does he mean?
Man.
It was so funny, man.
I love that kid right now.
Kids just good vibes. I love my kids all the time,
just for the record, but
he's just such a good vibe.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a trip.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna be amazing. He's gonna be so great and so independent.
I can cry just thinking about it.
God, here you go again. All right, enough of that. Let's go ahead and get to some of these dilemmas. Okay, on Tuesdays, what do?
We ask us stuff.
People ask us stuff, so they send emails to the email howmarriedareyou@gmail.com. And
they call in at 760-335 something.
Oh gosh.
something.
Here you go again.
They call in at 760-335-6643.
I'm gonna start remembering it now. It's gonna be part of my responsibility. All right, or they follow us on Instagram and they go ahead and send us a DM with a voice memo or a message just talking about the dilemma they're in. I know some of you guys are about to send. Just go ahead and click send. I know you got the email drafted up or whatever. Just click send it on by. So yeah, 2 weeks in a row, we're back at it. I'm really happy that we talked what we talked about in the first episode from last week, because now I feel like we can actually have fun. So go ahead.
All right, so we have an email titled, I just need a real one time. Dear Glen and Yvette, first of all, I just want to thank you for being the spiritual aunt and uncle that I didn't even know I needed. I'm sending love from the UK because you guys are amazing. I'm going to go straight in. I'm a 22-year-old woman living in London. For the most part, I can say that I am happy. My dilemma is that I'm worried about my dating life. A bit of context. I was brought up by an amazing God-fearing single mother. I met my father for the first time when I was 14, and unfortunately, we were never able to truly have a connection due to his inconsistency in my life. I have found peace with the situation as I have learned to see God as a good father and not seek validation from men in relationships. My issue is that I'm worried that I'm a bit too comfortable being single as no one seems to be making the cut. When I was at university, I met a guy who ticked all the boxes spiritually, but it says ticked. Why are you looking at me like that?
I'm just looking.
Oh, I thought I read something wrong. But I cut things off because I felt that we didn't click personality-wise, as he was a bit too serious for me. I've met a couple of guys since then, but none are where I need them to be spiritually. I am a virgin and intend to be this way till marriage. And whilst most guys are cool with this, I don't want a guy that he just cool with it, but one who has his own personal conviction. Recently, I met another guy who was working towards a relationship with God, but once again, something was missing for me. I know now that this relationship was not from God, but I am still at a loss. Often when I get asked on dates, I tend not to go, as I feel that if the guy is not on the same spiritual walk, then what is the point? Yvette, Yvette, what was it like before you met Glen? I too am a teacher, so I am busy, and it's not like I am just sitting waiting for a man. But did you feel that you were constantly turning down guys who were not the right fit? One friend of mine said that she thinks I run away from guys. What do you guys think? What do you think about the fact that I do go on dates with these guys who are not on the same walk, i.e. not celibate, not having a dedicated personal relationship with God? Sometimes I fear that my lack of relationship with my dad means that maybe commitment scares me, or that I'm closed off without realizing. I would love for you guys to talk about fatherhood and relationships, by the way. It's 2020 and I want to know this year, should I be more open or should I just firm it and wait it out? Thank you for reading this. I guess she did point her question to me, address her question to me. So, I don't know where to start.
It's a lot in there.
Yeah. Yvette, what was it like before you met Glen? There was not much going on. I did have a couple of relationships that didn't make the cut, but because they were lame and they weren't. I don't know why.
I think it's important because she's telling you why she's turning these men away.
She's saying she's turning them down because they weren't spiritually aligned the way that she felt like they should have been. And for sure.
Did you have the same situation? Like, what was the issue?
With one of the gentlemen, I would say it was just he was not really wanting to commit. And we had been like fooling around not fooling around, but like we had been hanging out.
You was right the first time, fooling around. Go ahead.
Oh my goodness. We had been hanging out for college years, and the person was just still reliant on their parents to be able to like say if he could be in a relationship or not. And that was just really foolish to me. And so eventually I kind of just let that one go. And then there was another one where I was kind of set up with a guy, but he just didn't really have the leadership qualities that I desired in a man. I felt like I would be the one to like lead in that relationship. And so those were things that, I just saw as things that I didn't want to be in a relationship with. And I think it's okay for you to have a set, it's okay for you to have things that you desire in a man. And if someone is not having those like qualities or whatever, then it's okay to say, no, I don't want to waste my time here because I already know that this is something that I wouldn't be able to do. Now, there are certain qualities or characteristics that I feel like are not so much for you to change, but there are qualities and characteristics that a person can grow out of, if that makes sense. I don't know how old you are. Oh, 22. Right? Would you agree?
Yeah, I think people grow.
Because, yeah, I guess there would have to be like, maybe you should do what Glen did and make a list and like have the non-negotiables, right?
Yeah.
And then the negotiables type situation, because I feel like it's okay to want a God-fearing man, but at the same time, like, you know, people grow. So
yeah, I just feel like when I'm reading this, as you're reading it and I'm listening, I just like, all I hear is never gonna get it, never gonna get it. Like she's like, like it's like nobody is going to. And I'm not saying she shouldn't have high standards. I'm just saying there is like so many things that is kind of like, he's cool with it, but he's not. It's not. You know, he's not cool with it. You know what I'm saying? Which I understand that. You know, I feel like it's very difficult for us to answer this question because you're like saying yourself that, you know, your dad issues are hindering from you being able to trust somebody, you know, when I think you're just saying like, this seems off. And I think it's okay to have discernment. Mm-hmm. But I think there's a difference between having a discernment and then just being like kind of picky.
Yeah, but like,
Go ahead.
I hear you, but at the same time, protect your heart. Like, don't, you know, like
but
protect
give
your
a dude
heart
a
and
chance.
protect your time. Yeah,
like,
give him. Yeah.
No, don't give him a shot. Like, hey, let's go out on a date. I don't know. Now, would you say you walking with the Lord? Or you say you walking with the Lord? Like when you walk with the Lord, what type of things are you doing? Like, you know what I mean? Like, are you abstinent? Like, those are really, really good questions. But at the same time, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I feel like with her, there's almost this, like she doesn't really know what she's looking for, but she knows what she's not looking for.
Yeah. You want to know what's crazy? Did I just cut you off?
A little bit, but go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I'm with you. I always cut you off. Go ahead.
You know what's crazy is that I never expected to marry a virgin.
It's just sad.
Isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Like that was never a rule of mine. Because I just expected all men were
whores.
I was like, I don't think I'll ever find, because I just like, my experience has been like, you know, I knew that I wasn't going to have sex before marriage, but I never expected to be in a relationship with a virgin, which is kind of like right now in my head, like as sad as this is, it's kind of crazy to me that she would expect to find a virgin.
I don't think so. I mean, I know a lot of men who are virgins.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I didn't.
You know, I don't think they feel comfortable with me outing them.
See, why wouldn't you be proud of that? Why is it okay?
I'll be proud with it. I'm just saying, like,
but why are you nervous that they would be nervous that you outed them?
Because it's none of this person's business. Mm-hmm. It's none of these people's business. I don't mind. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's something to be proud of. Honestly.
Okay.
And I think it's sad that you thought that you weren't ever going to meet a virgin. And that's what you got. That's exactly what you get. You got me. Whore. All right. Back to the podcast. I do feel that, you know, like I usually like, okay, so back when I was dating or just kind of like interested in women, like who were in going to different churches, and a bunch of my friends, we were all just kind of like, man, she's cute, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. There was this type of female, right? I'm sorry, that's super rude. It's a type of woman, right? Who you could tell she was like a fan of Disney, and she like was almost like this Disney princess type of woman who was looking for this certain type of height and like figure and complexion and like stature of man to come in on a white horse, some type of prince type. You know what I'm saying? And I rode with some good dudes. Like my guys were solid, and all of us was in the friend zone, just high-fiving each other, going around in a circle. And it was like, what is going on? Like, yo, like, what is wrong with my, you know, it was like always something off. And, you know, it kind of was like sad that like they wouldn't even give like my friends a shot, you know? And I wasn't brave enough to put myself out there like that. I always kind of like, yeah, I hate y'all, all y'all. Like, even like the young ladies who I was like, I was the leader in the high school ministry. Like, I be mean to every girl. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, yo, you need to protect your heart. You need to also like guard the heart of the men that are pursuing you. You know what I'm saying? And not like lead them on, because that's childish. You know, I was very much like on that wave. And I think it's awesome that she knows what she wants here. But I do think there is a type of woman who, like, you know, doesn't have, like, can't think about what they really want. And I think in order for you to have this, to get past this, you're gonna have to make a list of things that you value in a man, and things that are something that are like yellow lights, and then things that are green lights, and things that are red lights. You know what I'm saying? Like red flags. So you got a red flag, you know, he drinks, you know, he doesn't tithe, or whatever it is. You know what I mean? Like, these are things that I don't want to teach you about why you should value tithing. Like, I don't want to teach you about why you should value abstinence. Like, these are things that, like, okay, these are non-negotiables here. Here are negotiables. He could be ugly. Did you think about that? Can he be ugly? Can he be 5'2"? Shout out to all my short dudes out there.
You're not 5'2".
I'm not sure. I'm not 5'2". Don't ask anybody. I'm 5'6", guys. Now listen, you think I'm tall because I always point the camera low, but I'm not tall. So when you see me, don't be shocked, because sometimes you guys are shocked. Hey, what's up, Beleaf? Hi. You know, I hate it. I'm like, yo, I never said I was tall, but because I'm always hanging around my kids, people think I'm tall. Anyway, I'm boring my wife here. She's yawning and stretching.
No, I'm tired.
Yeah. Looking for the eject button out of this spaceship we're on. No, I really do feel like there is value in making a list of valuable things that you think are important to you. And so when you meet this person, you line up, you just look at him and you pass it out to your homegirls. You know what I'm saying? Pass it out to your mom. Hey, mom, I need you to hold on to this list, because I'm going to meet, you know, where's she from? London. I'm going to meet Chester. You know what I'm saying? And when I meet Chester, I might think Chester's the bomb diggity, but I need you to go ahead and line up this list with everything that Chester got going on. You know what I'm saying? So if he's got a red flag and I can't see the red flag because I'm blinded by his 6'4"-ness. Did you just burp inside of the microphone?
I was hoping we could, like...
No, I was talking. I was mid-phrase.
I'm so sorry. Excuse me. Why did you have to call me out? Maybe
I'm trying to make
it.
my point here. You knew what was wrong with you. Why you didn't move?
I didn't know it was coming. It was one of those.
So you line that thing up because you might be blinded by Chester's height. He's 6'4". You know what I'm saying? You might be...
I didn't burp.
Blinded by his complexion or whatever it is that you know, might see that it's like, oh my gosh, right? But you need someone who has a sober mind and someone who can just say, babe, this is a really great man here, but you know, you said you want someone who tithe and this man doesn't tithe, and I think you need to take that into consideration. Yeah, and that's what I did. Because I got tired of like looking and like being in relationships where I always felt like, I don't know, I just was so tiring and exhausting. And when I met, like before I met Yvette, I made this list, and like 2 months later, this is when we started hanging out. And I passed the list out to like 8 dudes. And when I went to propose and ask for Yvette's hand in marriage from her parents, I gave them the list and was like, look here, this is what I asked God for, and this is what your daughter is. And so if you can find anything on this list that doesn't line up, then let me know, because I won't go any further. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And your mom looked over that list bravely. That was such a brave conversation to have.
It really was.
Because I'm just imagining like me sitting down and someone being like, I want to marry your daughter. I'm like, man, I will kill you. For no reason. Like, I don't even like you. But yeah, you know, and so make a list, please.
Yeah, I think that's the best thing that you can do. And then have someone to share your list with, those friends who can kind of help you like hold you accountable for that.
And I say make a list because as you started to name things that bothered you, I just feel like it can go swing far to the left and far to the right. And I just feel like there's a lot of things that might just be kind of irritating. He loved the Lord, but he just wasn't happy, or he's just too serious. Like, what does that mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, what does too serious mean? Mm-hmm. But I understand, man. So some dudes just be dragging, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but he could have just been nervous. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm hopeful for you, but I really think you need a guide, and I think your mind away from a significant other or a person, just strictly on the things you value and the things you're looking forward to for your future, will be a great guide for you.
Amen.
Is that it?
That's all we're going to do today. We are going to go into, remember, we ask you guys to let us know how married you are every week. And you can do that via DMs on our How Married Are You Instagram. You can send us a voicemail using the Anchor app, or you can call in and leave us a voicemail at 760-335-6643. And we do have a voicemail from the Anchor app from a lovely young lady who actually left us
several messages.
2, 3.
She was
4,
petitioning
5, 6, 7 messages.
She's petitioning for bringing back words of affirmation.
Yes,
but she did give us a new idea.
She did give us a new idea, and so we are going to share her idea. We're not going to play all 7 voicemails, but we will let her share her idea because we like it and we want to know what you guys think about it. So once we play, or we'll just come back. Okay, here you go.
Okay, done listening to the sexting episode, and I low-key feel rebuked for asking for words of affirmation, since clearly y'all are not going to do words of affirmation anymore. So I'm just going to have to get over it. It's okay. But I think actually what I really was looking for was just hearing other people in the wedding party, because I think that's really fun. So new segment with people calling in and saying how married they are. I think that's really dope. I want to lobby for us single folks, and maybe on some of the Tuesdays having a how single are you, but they can't sound depressing. But I think that there's things that I'm trying to take advantage of doing while I'm single that might be a little bit more challenging to schedule when I'm married. So for example, I'm so single that I spent my January 1st by waking up, watching a movie, spending some time with the Lord, calling the fam. Then I went over to a friend's house and spent a couple hours thinking and dreaming about goals for 2020. Then I went back home to make dinner. It was a very easygoing, no agenda type of day. It's not very exciting, so don't use that as an example, but just like an example of what it might sound like. Some people get up and drive to another state just because, So I think that might be cool. Tossing it your way as an idea.
All right, so that's a new segment.
Yeah. So what do y'all think? Like, how single are you?
Yeah. So on Thursdays, it'll be how married are you?
Yes.
And then on Tuesdays, it'll be how single are you? And we're going to celebrate the single people out here,
Because it's something to celebrate.
It's something to covet, you know what I mean? Out in these streets. No, it's something to be proud of, like you have, time and space and the opportunity to do the things you want to do. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what else to benefit. I love being married.
I actually like being married, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But we're excited for you if you're single. So tell us how single you are.
You love being married?
I do, babe.
Thanks, babe.
I do love being married. But I do understand that you should value where you are in that season. And so we want to celebrate you, our single people out there. And we'll always tell you how married we are because we are just that married. Speaking of that, babe, how married are you?
I'm so married that I didn't complain when you took back your shrimp. I may not have eaten it right away, but I did still have intentions to eat it.
Yeah. How long was that shrimp in there, by the way?
It don't matter. It don't matter. The point is, it was for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because that was going to be mine, too.
Was it?
Yeah. Because I didn't get upset.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Babe, how married are you?
I'm so married that I didn't get upset that I meal prepped you shrimp. Like, I know you don't like to devein the shrimp. I know you don't like to take off the shell. So I took all the shells off, deveined the shrimp in like October. The month is currently the end of February. And she never ate it. And so
I did eat one of them.
Yeah. So like I did all that. Then I seasoned them.
You did.
And weighed them, right? So they're all about 4 ounces to portions. Mm-hmm. And then I put them in individual bags, Ziploc bags, inside of a big Ziploc bag, so that she could just take out the bag unthought and just cook, you know. But she never ate it. And every time I just kept seeing Costco and Sprouts and all the things come through the house, I never got mad, but I needed to meal prep, and I took my shrimp.
You sure did, and I'm not gonna front. I see them in the bowl in the fridge, and I'm like,
you better not touch them. That's mine. That's right.
Okay.
I mean, I'm meal prepping.
Okay, good for you, bro. And that's just how married we are.